What up, people? It's the Amish Country Mets fan here. And I know it's been a minute since we did some content. We're going to try to get back into it a little bit. So, first off, if you've been here before, you know what it is. I'm out here in the Amish Country, originally from Brooklyn, New York. What I will say is this: you can find everyday Mets content anywhere. You can listen to anybody talk about the Mets. But can you find anybody else that's gonna be out here filming with pigs? And not just pigs. Now there's goats. Look at the goats. They're all out there eating some grass. Pigs out here chilling. Where else are you gonna find this? Nowhere. So, if you down to chill with me and talk Mets while looking at some farm animals, this is the place to be. Now, let's get into the Mets a little bit. The Mets are what do the kids like to say, mid. It's just an average team right now. And listen, I didn't expect much more than this. I think the last we talked was back in spring. Senga had just gone down. Wasn't too stoked about that. We hadn't signed JD Martinez yet. I had always envisioned a 82 to 85 win team, somewhere around there. At this point, I still think we're if we're lucky, we're an over 500 team. Need to get Senga back. Obviously, the pitching has been a problem, though. Really, I mean, they've overperformed in my opinion. So far, Severino looks like a solid signing. Manaea looks like a solid signing. Hauser, I mean, he got moved to the pen. Obviously not great what we got out of him. But that was a trade. Tyrone Taylor's done a good job for us. Jose Budo stepped up, done pretty well for us. I like that. I've always been I've never been a big Budo guy per se, but I'd rather see Budo than McGill and Lucchesi and Peterson and the like. Speaking of those guys, I guess McGill's on his way back as well. I'd rather he not be back. I'll be real with you, but we'll see how that shakes out. The offense, listen, if you look at the numbers, raw numbers wise, they're about middle of the pack. But let's face it, there's no consistency there, right? We haven't gotten a lot of production out of our big bats. Lindor got off to a slow start. Obviously, the people love to pile on him, but I mean, I don't know what the surprise is here because he's always been a slow starter. Maybe he started off a little rougher than normal, but he's been turning it around. Pete's been abysmal. Last game he did pretty well. We'll see if he can keep that up. McNeil's been absolutely horrible. If you know me, you know I'm not a McNeil guy. As long as he's a Met, I'll root for him, but he's a guy that I'd love to move on from. But again, he's another guy who needs to step up. Nimmo hasn't been great. So, yeah, you don't get production out of your top guys in the lineup. You're going to get what we have. And the bullpen, I think, has been really solid. Obviously, Diaz isn't the same quite. But, I mean, it was a lot to expect him to be 2022 Diaz coming off of a big injury like that. I think he's still been solid. I think he's still gaining his footing. I think he's obviously his fastball's not totally there. It's getting there. I mean, he's still pumping 98 at times. I don't know. I'm not going to complain about Edwin Diaz. I think he'll be fine. I think the team is what it is, man. I think we can't be expecting a ton out of this team right now, in my opinion. If you want to kick and scream and yell about them, that's your prerogative. I'm going to chill. I never had huge expectations for this season. I hope they can make the playoffs. I hope they can be in the hunt enough that maybe they can make some additions. some of the kids in the minors have been hurt. Others haven't been playing as well as probably would like. There have been some big names or some big performances down there from some guys that maybe not a lot of people have talked about too. I'll get into that at some point. I do want to get more back into my minors talk, but that's not what this video is about. So yeah, goats hanging out. Anyways, just want to get back, do a little video, just give my quick little synopsis of where things are at the moment. I do want to take the moment also to shout out the New York Knicks and the New York Rangers. Knicks have a game tonight, going to try to get up 3-0 on the Pacers. We're banged up, but we'll see what happens. Rangers, huge overtime win last night, up 3-0 on the Hurricanes. Things are popping at the Garden, so that's always fun. Hopefully the Mets gives us something fun here. They'll actually be in Cleveland here soon, and I'm not very far from Cleveland, so I will try and get to one of those games, I think, if I can. So we'll see what happens. Missed everybody. Hopefully I'll be back a little more often here. As always, let's go Mets, and peace.